Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella. Today is Sunday and that means Coffee Klatch. Coffee Klatch is just another word for coffee, chit chat, and yeah, we talk about books, so hey, there you go. I've read a couple of books this week. I forgot to count how many, but it doesn't matter. I read one book that was non-fiction, and that's this one, Food for Life by Spector. I just had it, so I was curious to read it. He's saying that sugar is not good for you, nothing else is new. Processed food isn't good for you, nothing else is new. And yeah, the less ingredients, the better. Nothing else is new. Mushrooms are very good for you, and yeah, vegetables, all kinds. So yeah, it was an interesting read, but not very new to me. What else? Well, I have been reading Dangerous Liaisons together with our 70 or plus participants. We are having very wonderful discussions on Discord, so please join us. It's really interesting and fun to talk about the book. People are surprised how fast-paced it is. So it is nothing like a Russian classic that goes very slowly and with a lot of pages. This one, 400 pages, you really have to push on the brakes to slow down and so that everybody can follow, but it's wonderful. So please join us if you haven't read it yet. It is wonderful, and everybody is surprised by how fun it is and how vicious it really is. Then I read a couple of books, a couple of physical books and a couple of ebooks. I read the book of the unnamed midwife by Meg Elison. Now, I liked it, especially 2/3 of the story. I really enjoyed it. It had a lot of a good pacing, and it was very immersive and engrossing, but at the end, it feels like she was running out of steam, and especially after she was with a family. I will not say more. It wasn't working for me anymore. So yeah, it lost a bit of steam. And so what is it about? Well, it is about a midwife who was ill, and when she wakes up in the hospital, everybody died, or almost everybody, and especially the women. So there was a sort of flu, and yeah, when she wakes up, everybody there in the hospital is dead. And yeah, she has to survive in a world where there are few people and even fewer women, and the women are in danger, of course. And on top of that, it is difficult to have children. Women became more infertile, and yeah, she is a midwife, so she can help with various things. That's the story. If you are interested in reading this, you will definitely like it. I was just a bit critical at the end of the story, but other people didn't have that problem, so it's just me. Then I read Asphyxia by Violette Leduc. I read it in an English translation, and that didn't work for me. I didn't think the English translation did it justice, so next time I will read her work in French, in the original language. Then I also read The Vegetarian by Kang. Kang wrote a story about a woman or a young couple where living in Korea, South Korea. And yeah, South Korea is a very meat-based culture. Meat is, like in Argentina, the most important thing as food. And suddenly the wife decides to be vegetarian. And the family goes nuts, but absolutely, completely nuts, and forces her to eat meat. This is what the book is about. It is a very strange book, a very weird book, very distant in a way, very detached, and yet very emotional. And yeah, it's a book that you won't get out of your mind the first couple of weeks. It's bizarre, but it's also fascinating. It's a good book. It's a good book. I forgot to tell you what Asphyxia was about. It's about a young girl that grows up in a French town, and her mother is very cold, and she even refuses to take her daughter by the hand. And it's a bunch of stories and anecdotes that is told by the girl. So yeah, that's the story of Asphyxia. Yeah, but I stopped. I DNF'd it because I want to read it in French. So I also read, of course, Henry and June by Anaïs Nin. I posted a video about those books already. Please check it out. It's about the life of Anaïs Nin. One of the next will be about the life of J.M. Coetzee and his work. I read Paradise Rot by Jenny Hval. Paradise Rot is about a Norwegian girl who goes to study in the States, and she's a biologist, and she's looking for a room to stay, and she finally finds one with a girl, and things go on from there. It's very weird. Apparently the writer Jenny Hval has an obsession for pee. So yeah, it was a book with a smell. Paradise Rot. And yeah, it's it's weird. It's a weird book. Interesting, I enjoyed it, but weird. And then another book that is really uplifting and really sweet, and something you can read when you really need a buzz, like you're a bit down or the weather is horrible outside. Then read this book. It's called The Summer Book by Tove Jansson. It is beautiful. It is, let's say, you can read it from the age of 9, 10, something like that. It's about it are all short stories, but all connected. It are the adventures of a young girl who is 10, I believe, and she spends her summers with her grandmother on an island. And yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful, the way she describes the nature, the weather, her grandmother, the things they do together. It's beautiful. If you want something uplifting, go for this. You really want to pack your bags and go there, although it's not summer there, but it's so beautiful. I don't know where Tove Jansson is from. The book is translated by Thomas Thiel, Finland. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. There are also drawings. Her drawings are in this book because Tove Jansson is also an illustrator. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend. I really needed this yesterday. It was raining all the time. I was like, no, beautiful, beautiful. Then a couple of books that I hauled in a way. It's by Jacqueline Harpman, Moi qui n'ai pas connu les hommes. This is about 40 women locked up in a cave, and in a basement, and she has never been outside, and she talks about her experiences there and how they live there. So I'm really interested why she's locked up there and why they can't get out. So yeah, I'm really interested. So it also exists in English, but because of this experience, I prefer to read it in French. Then I also found this book secondhand. It's Orlam by P.J. Harvey. Although it is very new, I think it's published in 2022. Yeah, 2022. So P.J. Harvey is of course known as a singer-songwriter, but this is her first novel. But it's written in poems, and it's written in her own dialect, the dialect of Dorset. And so, but don't worry, so this is the original poem, and this is in English, the translation of the dialect. So it's mostly only a couple of words, but it's really beautiful. Let me read you the blurb. 9-year-old Ira Abel Rawls lives on Hook Farm in the village of Underwhelm. Next to the farm is Gore Woods, Ira's sanctuary, and it is overseen by Orlam, the all-seeing lamb's eyeball, who is Ira's guardian and protector. Here, drawing on the rituals, children's songs, chants and superstitions of the rural West Country of England, Ira Abel creates the twin realm by which she can make sense of an increasingly confusing and frightening world. That was difficult to read. So yeah, it's fascinating. I've started it and it's really beautiful. I hope I get everything, but I will take my time to read it. So I won't read this in a month. I really want to immerse myself in it. Then I also found secondhand The Time Traveler's Wife. I never read it, by Audry Niffenegger. So yeah, this is a very well-known story. So I'm just curious to read it. And then for Garbaugust 1.5, I bought for the crazy amount of 25 cents Ravages by Violette Leduc. Where is it about? What is it about? So, Thérèse, hungry for love, is forced to seek it in unlikely places and with unlikely partners. Whether in passionate, lyrical embraces with her school friend Isabelle, in weekends affairs with easygoing lesbian Cécile, or with her husband Mark. Thérèse insists on possessing her lovers totally, but at last her unassuagable passion and mounting frustration are capable of only one solution. I'm curious. So yeah, that's it. What else did I do besides walking in between showers with Muffin and coming home totally soaked? I worked for my new job, and yeah, I'm having a blast. That was about it. I didn't do much great stuff. I baked a lot of bread. I really want to bake more again. And yeah, I'm really enjoying our Discord, talking about Liaisons Dangereuses or Dangerous Liaisons. There's some really cool insights. People are talking about it, and without are very respectful, not to spoil things. So yeah, it's a blast. We are having a blast, Micah and I. So yeah, that's it. I think tomorrow people who want to write will have a video. Otherwise, if you're not interested, just pass it along. Don't unsubscribe. That's a bit too just for one video. So yeah, I will post again every fortnight on Mondays a writing exercise for people who are interested, and most people are professional writers who do them, so they must be pretty good. So yeah, that's it. I thank you for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers and existing subscribers. Thank you for the donations. They have been really helpful. I would like to thank everybody who did that, and yeah, it's wonderful. This is a wonderful community. I'm so happy and so proud of you guys, and yeah, thank you for making my life a whole lot richer. Thank you. Bye-bye.